So I managed to find a second Captain America vintage retro Legends figure from Hasbro. So we're going to take a look at this guy today. We've got him here in the big window with the classic style artwork and the classic Captain America logo on the top there. And then on the back we've got another write-up with that same kind of artwork, and then we've got the kind of cross-sell down there to show the rest of the figures. So let's tear them out and take a look. Alright guys, here is our Captain America figure out of the package. And if you have gotten the Cap figure that came with the, what was that, the Onslaught Wave, the one that has the werewolf head in it, you've got basically the same figure. Obviously there are some differences here in terms of some sculpting details and some paint applications. But the figure itself for the base figure is pretty close to the same thing, especially the head. That's the same head. That's where we get the bulk of this figure. I don't have this figure or any other Captain America figure. I got rid of some of the older ones that I had, and I have not bought a single one since, nor do I have any movie Captain Americas. So this is my singular Captain America figure, for better or worse. And he's okay. I like the fact that I got two to open one. But if you've already got that Onslaught Wave figure and you are satisfied with him, you may not need to get an opener on this one either. We'll do articulation real quick. It's standard Legend stuff. Head can rotate. We get some up motion to look up, and then we've got a little bit of down. Arms can go all the way out. They can rotate. We've got a bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow. We have got rotation and hinge on the wrist there. We can click forward once, we can go back, we can swivel at the waist, and the belt is a free-floating piece, so you can, move it as needed to get him to swivel. Legs only go out so far. Pretty high kick though, and then back, thigh cuts, double joint at the knee, shin swivel, and then we've got rocker and hinge at the ankle. So pretty basic stuff, like I said. As far as the figure itself goes, the sculpt on this guy is a kind of a basic Marvel Legends type of body, and it's fitting for Cap, I think. I don't have any issues with the body type used. We've got the more classic style flared gloves and the flared boot cuffs that he has, which look pretty nice. I like the sculpted detail on them. You can tell that that they're going for a more retro, more vintage comic inspired Captain America. The head sculpt is okay. I didn't really care for this figure when it came out in the Onslaught Wave, and I still don't really care for this head sculpt, but it's okay at best. I'm not going to say it's great. Something about it still looks kind of weird to me, specifically the eyebrows being on the outside. You can see them, they're just underneath the mask, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that or not. It doesn't really matter if it is or isn't. It still looks kind of weird to me. He also looks a little too angry for me to be the classic style Captain America. But otherwise, the head sculpt itself, just speaking from a sculpt perspective, I think it looks okay. Everything is where it needs to be. Ears are sculpted really well. We've got the little wings on the mask at the top, which looks good. As far as the paint goes, it's kind of give or take. The scale mail style armor that he has is painted on really, really well. I'm very happy with those details. I think they look good. There's a lot of different molded colors on this character, on this figure. Like we've got the red is molded on the boots, we've got molded blue on the legs, and then there is some molded white on the forearm, but the upper arm and the bicep area is painted, and that's really where it's not that great. You can kind of see through it in certain places. It seems to be kind of a thin application. The chest and the upper arms, they are molded. So this is molded blue with the black scales painted on. The red and the white are painted on the midriff area. And it's okay. It's actually, I think the white here is cleaner than the white on the arms. The white on the star on the chest and the back is okay, but it could be better. I've got a little splotch on this arm over here. That's not good. The face is painted well enough. It is molded blue, and then it's painted on. And overall, I think it's pretty decent. Nothing too crazy. The arms are my big problem, just because it looks sloppy. The one I have to keep sealed isn't really any better either. So it's probably going to be consistent. The belt is a molded piece with blue accents and the silver buckle. One thing that I noticed, and I'm not sure, maybe I'm just not paying attention. But when I looked at some cross-reference pictures of the Onslaught Wave Captain America, the belt buckle is facing the other direction on all the pictures that I saw. So that seemed kind of odd to me. I don't know. Who knows? Not a big deal. Makes no difference to me. I don't have that figure. He does come with one accessory, and this is an accessory that did not come with the Onslaught figure that we're looking at here, which is, again, the most of this figure. We've got this. So this thing came with the, what was it? The Abomination Wave Captain America, I believe. It is the shield with the effect piece that is built into the hand, so similar, to the recent Bullseye figure where he's got an effect coming out. This is something that came before him. The shield is removable, so it's just a regular shield. You can put it on his wrist, put it in his hand, whatever you want to do, make him throw it. But otherwise, it comes packaged inside the effect. You swap the hand out, peg it in, and it's supposed to mimic him throwing the shield. Of course, in terms of just the way it looks, it's not like accurate to anything because it wouldn't be coming directly out of his hand. It would be off to the side. Even on the packaging, on the artwork for this, you can see that this little effect, this like the kind of swoosh of it coming out, is not directly from his hand, but I don't know how they would have mimicked that in plastic form. So I like this effect. I don't know that I'm actually going to use it. I'm probably just going to have him be a standard Captain America figure with the two hands, maybe pop this guy out, and it's got the clips on here so you can pop it on his wrist, and you can just have him standing and be a normal Captain America figure, or you've got the option to use this thing if you're so inclined. So overall, this figure is, like I said, he's okay. He's not great. He's not bad either. So I'm pretty happy that I've got a Cap. I like the fact that this is a decent body for Cap with a more retro style about him. I like the options with the effect piece. I like the effect itself. I just don't think it's going to work on my shelf. But I'm not knocking that effect in any real way. I like the fact that the shield is removable so I can put it on him and have him be just a standard Captain America. Looks like he jumped right out of the comic books. And he's a pretty decent figure. Standard Marvel Legends for the most part, but he plays the part of being in this retro style wave perfectly with the design they went after. So overall, I'm pretty happy. You're not going to be blown away by him, but at the same time, I don't think you'll be disappointed either, especially if you don't already have other Caps. If I had a bunch of Caps in my collection, I would probably care less. So that is going to do it for this look at the retro vintage style Toy Biz look-alike mimic Marvel Legends Captain America figure from Hasbro, whatever you want to call it. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time, everyone.